Alright, so in this video, we're on a job going from Colville, Washington. Wait, we're going from Beaumont, Texas to Colville, Washington, if I can talk. And we're almost there. And we're gonna resume. Start the truck up and get into gear. So right off the bat, this C1, C2 gears, what does the C stand for? I'm guessing they're lower gears than your regular 1, 2, 3. But if anyone knows, leave a comment down below to let me know. I'd be interested. I am not a trucker in real life, and I just enjoy playing this game. Now, on another note, I think I would like trucking in real life, but I got a good job with what I'm doing right now, and it'll stay that way. Wider on that one. So this is the profile where I have mods installed, just free ones that you find on Steam, and I'm trying not to get tickets or run into anybody or do anything crazy. I go the speed limit. So if it's 60, I go 60, 70, I go 70. Of course, with the load that I have now, I don't know what it would actually do. Oh, that hurts. Right off the bat. The train even stopped. Oh boy. Talk about bad timing. Holy smokes. Well, it's kind of hard to see in the dark, but that's what I'm hauling. On a, what would that be, a 3-axle trailer? Triple, whatever they call that, triple axle. Tell me down below. Get my terminology right. Of course, gotta pull in for an inspection. Look at the northern lights. Pretty. Of course, it's on the other side of the road. Hopefully I don't nick anything as I turn the corner here. Oh, that's gonna be close. Nope, not gonna nick it. Nice. Got a wide enough turn that time. We are hauling 128,258 pounds, but that's not what that equipment weighs. That's also the trailer and truck included, of course. Now we can go about our way. Now you can see a little bit better. It's getting daylight. That's what I'm hauling there. And I'm guessing with a load like this, you probably wouldn't be going above 60 or maybe even 55. Or maybe you would, I don't know. Let me know down below in the comments. Realistically, the speed and things like that regarding a load like this. I'd be interested to know. And I'm sure others would too. And of course, this is American Truck Simulator. So now that I'm below 10,000, because I've gotten several fines or bumped into stuff, which I'm trying not to do. My goal is to stay above 9,000 the rest of this trip. Turn my brights off. Fancy setup with the steering wheel and shifter and the gas pedals. I'm just using the keyboard and mouse to do all my steering and shifting. I use the mouse button, the left and right mouse button to shift up and down. And I could probably just do full automatic on this and not even worry about it, but kind of like the shifting part, so if I were to become a real truck driver, I would want a manual, not an automatic. But maybe they've come a long way since they first came out, the automatics. Hey, let me know down below again. Do you like automatics or do you like manual trucks? I can see where automatic would be nice, but I can see where manual would give you more options. Taking up the whole road there. Ticket, better stay at 55. Whoa, that was awful close to the corner. Laurel discovered. We're gonna take that exit onto the other road highway here. That's another question I have. On the game, you can shift can sometimes skip a gear, especially towards the beginning, and you don't have to go through every gear. Is it like that in a real truck, or is that just because it's a game? So if I start out in first or second with a load, and then I jump 2 gears like that, are you able to do that in the real world, or is this just because it's a game? Let me know down below again. Lots of questions, and I'm sure I'll have a lot more as I do this. Sorry, it takes me a long time to shift, I guess. Trying to pay attention to all the things, except for my shifting. This truck has 12 gears. It's a Mack, as you can see. And I don't own my own truck on this profile. I'm trying to save up the money before I buy one and have to pay a loan amount each day. Stop and get gas at some point here. Get the cruise control set. Now maybe we can just coast along for a little while. Another thing is I don't have the fancy tracking, so when you turn your head the camera turns and turns the direction that you turn. I've done a little research on that. That'd be cool to have too. That I can just look with my head and don't have to use the mouse or anything. Maybe there's a way to track that with the camera, I don't know. Otherwise I'm sure you have to buy a device. I think you have to buy a device that goes on your head and plugs into the computer or something. Again, I'm not that fancy with this setup. Just using the keyboard and mouse. And it's still fun to play. You're still driving across the countryside. That's the thing with using the keyboard is sometimes you gotta like tap the keys to get it to go straight, so you don't have to constantly keep turning the wheel. shift. There's an Amazon ad. You want a job delivering? Use the number 1 key and center your point of view. Nice drive through some hilly mountain country. One of the things that, and I don't know if it's a negative, but you're driving through a lot of country and you probably do most of the sightseeing from the road. Do your truckers find that annoying? Wish that you had more opportunities to stop and do a little sightseeing, although it's kind of hard. It's not like you can just detach from your trailer and drive around in the truck. Or if you're on your reset, however many hours that needs to be, and you're somewhere where basically sitting somewhere not able to do anything, I'm sure that has to be annoying. You work that in part of your plan to try to be somewhere during that time, or be home, or do a lot of times you just end up sitting somewhere you don't want to be, unable to really do much. I would see how that could be frustrating and annoying. I watch some trucking YouTubers, and it seems like they're able to every now and then be able to do some sightseeing while they're in the truck, but or on their reset, at least in that area where it's a little more interesting. I'm going to test this feature out. I'm going to pause this. This should be unpaused. This should be unpaused. And now we should be unpaused. We better slow down here. Get some good brakes on this truck. I know there's settings you can change to make it so the brakes are more realistic. But when I did that, I did a lot of crashing. So I just leave it like this. And I still crash enough the way it is. Oop. We're gonna make that one, make that car go back so we can get over here so we don't hit that semi. Turn off our blinker. Ooh, they don't have the extra axle on cooler. Ooh, don't turn over yet, there's a car there. Ooh, I didn't use the blinker that time. I'm a rebel. I usually try to do that. Just gonna check one thing here. Sorry about that. Sometimes you just gotta press pause. Alright, I can bypass the station, way station. Now, when you have the bypass deal like that in real life, do you still have to drive through the way station, or can you actually just not even go in? Because in the game, I don't even go in. I'm sure, I bet you can. And if you don't have that bypass electronic system, I bet you have to drive through, even if you don't have to stop to get weighed. Or maybe you have to weigh every time. I don't know. Let me know down below in the comments. Educate me. I'm always willing to learn. Oh, shoot. I should have learned by now that I should have paid attention and stopped at that truck stop to gas up. That wasn't very marked of me. On the next one. Gotta stop at the next one. So if I do F6, I can see what time. So to deliver by Monday, 11:42 a.m. and it's Sunday, 10:58, and we have 5 hours left. So I'm just going to stop and gas up and rest there. Get there tomorrow before the deadline. Got the Puma pointing the way, leading the way for me out front. I think that's a Puma. Correct me if I'm wrong. Let's resume cruise control. And we are going to reach our cruising speed. And then probably have to slow down. Because that's usually how it seems to work in this game. But maybe that's real life too. And we're going to take and pause. Alright, we are back. real life means sometimes you have to hit pause. But at least it can do it, so you don't have to sit there and wait and wait and wait. So when I unpause, it's like we never paused. The beauty of being able to pause a recording. Or the beauty of editing and edit those parts out. Steak. Something fireworks. Helps if I maybe shift. For some reason, I am forgetting to shift. Train popped out of nowhere. Oh, here we go. We wanted to go to this truck stop. We need to gas up, and we will just sleep here and then continue our journey. Any Mack truck drivers out there? How do you like the Mack truck for long haul? All right, let's fill the tank up. That's hearing the sound of getting the gas cap put on and the nozzle put back in. Oh, and getting in the truck and snapping the seatbelt. Nice effect. Meant to hit E to start the truck. Okay, let's find a place to park. Let's try not to hit. And since I don't own this truck, the expenses are taken care of by the company. So, in the real world, how would you park this truck? Because you're not going to fit into a regular spot, and backing something like this up would be crazy, and you're not going to detach for it. How would you handle the situation? Find a spot like over there where you can pull in along the side. But so here we're gonna get some sort of song going on that. Anyway, sorry. Okay, But for the sake of the game, we're gonna detach our trailer and we're gonna pull right in. And we're gonna sleep for the day. Now we'll be back at it. Hook back up and be on our merry way. Yeah, I'd be really curious how you would handle staying overnight somewhere with a trailer load like this. We're going to pause it again here. All right, we are back and let's go. Oh yeah, I'm looking to see if there's, of course, at 10:58. Oh yeah, there's probably be some trucks coming through at that time. I think they'd be turning in though, not just driving by. Must be day truckers. Now we should be able to make it the rest of the way. This way. I think I have a realistic headlight mod installed, and let me tell you, it's way better than the default because then you can actually see. At least I think so. In a computer game, it don't matter if you leave your brights on, but I like to turn them off and on when sometimes I forget. Or sometimes I'm just like, whatever. computer's not going to get mad at you anyway. Now, if you don't have your lights on, you do get fined. Okay, shift. This video, I'm forgetting how to shift. Don't know why, I just am. Don't judge. In the real world, I'm sure you do not forget to shift. Turn that old cruise control on. And the speed it's showing in the middle screen down on the bottom left. That's how fast the cruise control is set to right now. Sorry, I had to pause for a second just so I could hit a cough for some reason. Didn't want to cough in the microphone. Bump that cruise control up to 70. And 33 minutes left to our destination. Oh, better bump that down to 65. I want to get a ticket. Maybe I should up the goal to not getting below 9,700. Let's shed some light on the subject. Ah, there we go. See. Little gas station. Another way station I can bypass. For these curves like it recommends. I've done it where I didn't do that, and then I go running right into the railing or having to slam on the brakes. Idaho. Welcome to Idaho. Short stint through the tip of Idaho. I've been towards the top of Idaho, or in the top of Idaho, however you want. What? Well, there goes that goal. I didn't realize I was speeding, I wasn't paying attention. That hurt. Okay, now our next goal is not to get below 9,500. Wasn't paying attention to my speed. This trip, I started over 11 or 12,000, and then I was doing some testing to set up the video recording and fiddling around with that, adjusting and doing all that kind of stuff. Whoa, what in the world? Causes one to not pay attention like they should and do what I just did. At least that time I didn't get a fine. And I've gotten that many fines this trip here. I'm trying to get as few as fines possible on this profile, so I can eventually save enough to buy what will probably be a used truck, although sometimes there's so much to fix on them and they're almost the price of a new one. Makes you wonder if you should just get a new one. Down in the comments. Hey, and while I'm talking about the comments, don't forget to subscribe and like. If this is the kind of thing you like watching, go ahead and subscribe. If you do, appreciate it. If you don't, that's okay too. Let's slow down. I don't want another ticket here. Let's turn that cruise control on. We're getting closer. Bypass another way station. I like it. In case anyone's watching and forgot, you can put down in the comments if having that way station bypass service, if you still have to drive slowly through the way station, or if you can actually not even worry about going into it and just stay on the highway and keep trucking. My understanding is that that's how it would work, but Spokane, Washington. But I am not a real trucker out on the real road, so I have no clue. And also, now that I think about it, when you slow down, are you able to downshift like one or two gears at a time to help slow the truck down? Or is that where you're mainly using the engine brake and the air brake? If it works that way in real life, I don't know. By downshifting to slow the truck down. I think this will take it 2 lanes. Oh, do not get a ticket. I'll wait for the red light. Let's go. What's going on here? Weird. Is that something that happens in real life? It seemed like the brakes locked in or something. I've had that happen before. And then I can't go, and then I gotta step on the brakes, and then I can go. Kind of weird. Slow down. Oh, I actually have to pull into that dealer drive in order to discover it. Which, because it's a game, I could just unhook the trailer and drive over there quick. But I want to get this delivered. Because we are getting closer. We're moving over before we run out of road or run out of lane, and the car gets in our way. And thankfully we don't have to stop there. some light on the view. Whoa, stay in your lane. Straighten our point of view out. Getting closer, 13 minutes. Colville. That's kind of a oval roundabout. Make it through the green, make it through the green. There we go, nice. At least we were getting through while it turned yellow. Turn our brights off, I guess. Nice. Didn't even ride the curb on that. Oh, gotta turn right here. Part of the road, the whole road, because I can. And let's just pull straight in and park this bad boy. Put our air brakes on, turn the truck off, decouple, and see what we got. Nice. Got some good XP, excellent delivery. There we go, total of 1541. And that puts us back up to 11K. So, we gotta figure out where we're gonna go next. Let's, oh, I got an email. What's the email? With own equipment, Western Metal Recycling. We offer competitive rates up to $7,000 for a job if you have your own vehicle. Ooh, hire directly at our dock in Beaumont. That's nice. Let's go look at the used trucks. I usually do this after a run. Volvo, I didn't really like the Volvo. Western Star, really didn't like that. I don't mind the International. That might not be too bad for 29,000. Over 500,000 miles on it. 6.4, 450 horsepower, 1650. Ultra shift. Don't say what speed it is. But things aren't in bad condition. This might not be a bad buy here. We could do an International until I can afford to get my dream one. What they got here? Western Star. So I'd want a Peterbilt with a cat engine is what I'd really like to buy off of here. But the farther over you go, the more spendier they get. No, we got here. Now this has got quite a bit of percentage that repairs that would need to be done. Condition is 1 star. Because it's a video game, you don't need to have a sleeper on it. It's just more for the look and the whole immersion, you know. But that's a lot of fixed stuff that needs to be fixed. And that's a 500 with a 1650 Eaton Ultra Shift. 240 gallon. Now, you could probably fix it enough where you don't get any fines, but you would need to take out probably an extra 10 to 30 grand on this. But if you did this other one, which was a day cab, it's a little less, and you wouldn't need to fix anything on it. You could just drive. With a 450, 1650 pound, I don't know if you could pull what I just got done pulling. I mean, you could always try and hope you succeed, but you don't want to take a job you can't do either. What else? What else they got? Oh, there's another one, 39. A lot of percentage on the damage stuff. Western Star International 59. So that's a 450. Volvo and International. Don't they have anything else used besides that? Peterbilt. There they go. No, this is good condition for 85 a day cab, but it's a 370. Be nice to get a little bit more horsepower. Torque. 88. Kenworth. 6x2. Passes. 370. 400, 1650. You know, I am almost tempted to get a loan and buy that one day truck. Here's a Peterbilt, good condition. Low miles. Still 109. So it's 370 horsepower. So we're gonna wait. We are gonna wait. So let's find another job. See what we can get in trouble with. So you can sort, have it sorted by price, high to low. So you can sort by different options here. You could go price per distance. You would go this distance and you're getting more of your money, you're getting more money per mile. But I also look at it as far as experience point. But this is a 21-hour trip. That might not be a bad one to do. Let's see, what do we got if we do price, high to low? You put your cursor over these icons, it'll tell you articulated trailer. Standard delivery, high value cargo. Standard delivery means you don't have to be there in a crazy amount of time. This is going from Pendleton, Oregon to El Dorado, Arkansas. That wouldn't be a bad trip. Get some good XP going from one side to the other. And make 1400. So what was the cents per mile? 70 cents. To 79 cents. Oh, actually that probably would be the one to do, and then you don't even have to go as far. Let's see, we'll go through some towns that I haven't discovered yet. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that one. Let's take the job. Why not? Why not? Alright, I'm going to end the video here, and the next video, you know what we're going to be doing. So come back and tag along and we will see how it goes. Hopefully no fines and no accidents, and keep on trucking. Again, don't forget to subscribe if you like this content and hit the like button. And again, you've been watching Or Cowbell Gaming. We'll game with you later. Bye for now.